honestly, even just these fucking headlines down here real quick, just pull it back up super fast. AI will power 95% of customer interactions by 2025. Experts, 90% of online content will be AI generated by 2026. And then the other one's just some infographics. But what do you feel? How do you guys feel about like that second one there? 90% of online content will be AI generated. Here, let's take it up to full screen just real quick. We just chat about that topic.
It makes sense to me. I mean, people are already using AI to make their ad creatives just on a, like a super basic influencer level. So that kind of stuff is available to people through shit like Canva, and other competitors that are trying to compete against Canva and bring AI more to the front edge. So I think in terms of content posting, for sure, as far as websites go, websites are going to just be made by bots. Like web development, sorry, you guys are out of a job, probably.
Right. Well, dude,
Give it a few years, but it's coming.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking too, I was like, the way it says, it's like, 90% of it will be AI. And it's like, if you count like, normal people who are using it to help make their shit too, it's like, you bet your ass. Cause like, I use AI to make assets. It's not all of my art that I do. Like, I don't really think that that's, there's like a whole conversation there to be had, but I use it to make like backgrounds or like scenes that I have to reuse like over and over and shit. And so it's like, if you include that, it's like, I am contributing to that number. And it's like, so are tons of people, because they're using it to help them do shit, So I'm not surprised. I feel like that is kind of a fair analysis almost. I don't see it slowing down.
I think in a way the long-term implications for creativity might have a weird like boomerang where it's like right now we're witnessing people just kind of go ham with it and abuse it. But once AI starts to become really competent in technology fields and becomes better at humans, then we're going to be only finding intrinsic meaning through things that we do creatively because it's like it can't necessarily be replicated by an AI. See what I'm saying? So as time goes on, like IT jobs and stuff like that may eventually be mostly relegated to people monitoring these AIs and like prompting them or problem solving in that way, which still requires some domain knowledge, but it's not nearly as hands-on.
Yeah, well, and even the medical field, man. I was just watching on it was like a month or so ago, the Boys Cast with Ryan Long. They had Martin Shkreli on, which is like he's like this big like kind of venture capitalist kind of guy.
He was the pharma bro, right?
The pharma bro.
Yeah, he's
interesting guy. A little bit of a dirtbag, and he went to jail.
Also bought the Wu-Tang album.
He bought the one Wu-Tang album. That's right.
Yeah.
The one they only made one copy. Yeah. That but he was talking about like his new thing is using AI for the medical field.
Yeah.
Like for when it's like just basically like a more advanced WebMD where it's like a chat bot that you're talking to, which and I was in a way I was like, that's kind of cool actually. It's you might be looking at it like, oh no, they're gonna like take people's jobs or whatever, but it's like in a way they're kind of freeing up people's time to actually work on real shit. So all the hypochondriacs out there who are just constantly like, oh my god, I have this symptom, I have this thing, they could just go and talk to like a chatbot doctor that will go and give them information. And it's really just the same information that you would get when you go to the doctor. You ever go to the doctor and then they just they go on WebMD and you're like, what the fuck am I paying you for?
Yeah.
Like
I think it's going to become a problem though, because with things that explicitly involve people's health, there's a concern of like oversight and insight, right? So if you make an AI open source, for example, then it's like, good, everybody can see the code, everybody has access to it. That can also cause problems too if everybody can feed the data pool of something, right? So if you can put bad information into the data pool and throw things off, then it's like, whereas a doctor would have the sort of ability to, vet the information based on their own experience all the time. It's like maybe they're not even thinking about that. Maybe they just trust the bot implicitly.
A lot of doctors, do just trust whatever is sent to them implicitly too. I mean, doctors, they go to school for a lot of years, and obviously most of them are very, very bright. But like, a lot of them will just kind of just go based off of whatever they're told. They'll kind of just fall in line with stuff, because that's like the popular thing. So definitely, there's a lot of that with COVID and all that. But it's it can be, I think, a useful thing to have bots that can be like, you ever go to the doctor and you go to like your general practitioner and then you tell them about, oh, I have this going on, oh, my stomach. And then they're like, okay, let me give you a referral to a gastro guy or whatever. And then it's like, oh, come and schedule another appointment for like a month down the line to go see this. And if you have like a weird rare disease or something's going on with you and they can't figure it out, it takes months and months or years even before you get a real diagnosis with something. But if you can use AI to sort of speed run you through that process of being like, okay, so what's like, it's almost like because you ever just, I mean, everybody knows that going to the doctor where they're just like, so what's going on? And they're like, I don't fucking know. Take some fucking Wellbutrin and get the fuck out of my face.
Could lead to more false diagnoses.
Yeah, I was gonna say the potential for misdiagnosis there is way too big for me to fucking like feel comfortable with. Kind of like, I mean, where the technology is now, it's still, all of these AIs are still based around what's fed to you, and it is, we just looked at the things, they're fucking stupid, I mean, they're stupid as fuck. Like we just looked at a bunch of, and those are
but
obviously
it's getting so much smarter so fast, dude.
I know, but doctors, misdiagnose all the time, and doctors also misdiagnose to push things that accelerate their career. So why, the medical field has been broken for, as long as we've been alive.
Right.
And so it's like, if they start integrating AI and making you like using that as like the first touchdown point for people to relay their symptoms and try to get a diagnosis, I feel like so much can go so wrong so fast.
Yeah.
And, you're talking people's lives, people's livelihoods, people going to debt over medical bills. What if these people start, taking treatments that are based on a diagnosis that was started from AI? Some dumbass doctor doesn't go double check it, and then all of a sudden they're taking medication that fucks them up and makes it worse. One of my homegirls, bro, she's been in a series of just like being misdiagnosed, taking the wrong medicine, and then getting worse from that, being misdiagnosed again, and like homegirl's in a fucking wheelchair now. It's crazy, bro.
Jeez.
Like, because she's had hella just shit go on, and everything's just messed up, and she's just got like debilitating pain now. It's fucked up.
It's a similar thing with, to me, like the software we use in dealing with caseloads in the criminal system, or any other publicly used software like that, where it needs to be open source, publicly audited, and peer reviewed by professionals in the field before it ever sees light of day, which can't be said about a lot of these things. For example, I think it's called, what is it, like Compass or some shit like that? Some like navigation based name that is used for balancing the criminal caseload in the judiciary system. It's all closed source. Nobody can audit the code. And it has been known, supposedly in the past, to have some sort of racial bias as what is concerned to how prioritized a particular case will be for an actual worker of the government to audit the file manually. So they deal with AI and they deal with these systems a lot to help sift through the data.
Right.
So I'm like, if we're going to use it, it needs to be open source and it needs to be peer reviewed.
Right. Yeah, there's kind of two camps on the whole AI and the chatbots things. There's kind of the people that are like, no, we have to stop, we have to go back. And it's like, bro, I think the fucking genie's out of the bottle on this one. And then there's the other side, like that Martin Shkreli was talking about, that are sort of AI accelerationists. They're like, fuck it, let's just go full send into this. But we all just it has, like you said, it has to be open source, and you have to know what's actually going on in these algorithms. Not that any of us would really be smart enough to even assess like how it's arriving at its conclusions. And I'm like, I don't know what a fucking algorithm even really is. It's like one of those words that just everybody just uses, and it's like, I don't even know what the fuck it is. But either way, I think it's like the Pandora's box is open at this point, and I think this topic's not gonna go away. So I think this is a good first foray into this kind of topic. You guys, I think this has been a real smart boy episode, dude.
I think so too. Nice, real
Look
constructive
at that.
conversation.
We had bigger brains as we go.
We didn't say like that much.
I think we
We're
did
killing
okay
it.
about that.
We're killing it.
If anybody's still in the chat, drop a chat, drop some zebras. Tell us what you thought about the episode and about what about thought bots, and yeah, man, say what's up. Fire off down there if you're still in here. We didn't quite get to the Freedom GPT thing. That's a whole other element about what happens when AI is let off the chain here, because it's starting to get let off the chain a little bit.
Yeah,
and that could be another topic for another time.
Yeah.